or they try to.
What in God's name is going on in here? What was that ruckus?
Good blimey. Nerd alert!
Trap.
Good job, Larry.
I trap.
Keep going now.
I trap.
Internet, what the fuck is up? It's your boy, Free. We are back, another episode of Blerds In The Trap. We're coming to you on this Memorial Day weekend. Hope y'all have some barbecue. Y'all saluted the flag or kneel for the flag, whatever y'all do this weekend. You know, had some fun, all that good stuff. But we're back with the usual suspects. Doctor, talk to the people. Let them know who you are.
What's good? It's the one, the only Dr. Doomsday 06, aka Dr. Dake McCoy, aka the Double XL Professor, aka the Dean of Hillman College of the Sciences, and happy to be here. What's good?
I forgot my AKs, but it don't even matter. We are joined once again by the producer, the kingpin of podcasting. Talk to the folks.
El Padrino. Yeah. What up, though? It's Loba Fett, aka the Black Tony Starks. You know what I'm saying, man? The Mandalorian, the Podfather himself, the real Podfather. You know what I'm saying? The Broad Street Bully back in effect. Darkside Dom Kennedy, man. Big Low Gross. What's up, man?
Yeah, we just wanted to come back to you because we got some interesting updates and shit that we've been consuming, things that that's been percolating in our brains, and we want to get out there and share with y'all. But first, I think we got an interesting story we want to share. So previous episodes, me and Jones been talking about, hey, we're going to Comic-Con this summer. It's going to be lit. We're going to try and do all this shit. And then we had to pump the brakes a little bit because, and Joe, I'm going to give you your chance to rebut. So anything I say, you're going to have a chance to rebut. Jones is one of my dearest friends, one of my oldest friends. We've been friends 20 plus years. My guy is an excellent individual. But sometimes he downplays certain shit that's actually very important. So Jones had me on the belief that shit, we go into Comic-Con, he got a volunteer pass so he could get guest passes. That shit's free. I'm going to Comic-Con for free 99. I'm like, bro, that shit's amazing. I am in there. So a few weeks ago, he's letting us know, okay, I'm about to get the badges. Just let you know, there might be a fee. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking it's like a service charge or something, like $50, maybe even $100. That cool, I could do that, you know, just for a Comic-Con badge. It's Gucci. Let's do it. So he's like, okay, I'm about to book the badges now. That shit is $400 a badge.
The fee?
Yes.
What type of discount did you get?
No, it's not the fee. That is the retail charge for a badge for Comic-Con.
$364 is the actual amount. Okay.
So that was the deal.
But black people always gotta round up.
Yes. Yes.
It's $400.
Transaction fee, service fee, $20, another $20 on top of that.
Actual price per day of a ticket. So
no, I'm sorry. You speak your piece.
I'll
come back
ahead.
in.
Okay.
Well, the other thing was, because I just started a new job, I've talked to both y'all about it. So I'm only going to be able to go to Comic-Con for Saturday and Sunday. And that's the charge for the whole, because Comic-Con, it expands every year. What is it now? Wednesday through Sunday now, Jones?
Wednesday is preview day, and then it officially starts on Thursday.
Yeah, so, I mean, essentially Wednesday to Sunday. But when you getting out there Thursday?
Yeah, I'm getting out there Thursday.
Yeah. So I'm only going Saturday and Sunday. So I'm like, that kind of doesn't make sense for me, you know? But we talked it out. Jones was like, hey, look, you know, let's just make it happen. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. I'm in. And we made it work. So your boy is still going. We're still making it happen. I just thought that was a funny story.
Two
Now,
things.
Jones, what other insight do you have? Was I tripping?
Well, hold on. As the outside man in, right? I feel like you was tripping, bro, because when you done came on this microphone many a times and told us about your epic splurges and your impulse buys and all of that, right? And so, like, given the trajectory you've been on, you and Jones' journey, as you stated, from beginning till now, this is like y'all second or third podcast together. Like, y'all are invested in your path. So, like...
Yes, we are. No, you're correct. But a lot of that was before the nigga found out he got another baby on the way.
Oh, yeah,
So
That too.
True.
yeah,
So I am understanding of those elements, and that's why I negotiated and worked with you on getting it together so that we can still go.
And by negotiate, he means, hey, free, wear this Wolverine costume and meet me around. I'll let you in. If knock 3 times, if you knock on the third knock and I open, then you come in and then you can swap it to this Gambit outfit, and then after that we'll wait till the first break and then you can wear your regular clothes. But you have to wear these 2 outfits to get in. It's a fucking GTA heist.
So look, the times before when I didn't have either a pro badge or a volunteer badge, like when people had me as a guest, I didn't have to pay nothing. They just said, "Hey, here's your badge." So, like, I still don't really know if it's because they've been going, or if they've been absorbing the cost completely and just giving me a badge. Like, I don't really know, because this is only my second time with a professional badge. So, you know, like I said, you know, you might have to get charged something, you know, because the first time and the prices did go up a little bit. But this is like the regular price for us. But the thing that is the exclusive part of this is that you didn't have to wake up at 6 a.m. and stand in a virtual line and potentially not get any badges whatsoever.
Be grateful,
you don't have
nigga.
you don't have to actually do anything but pay this money. So, but you know,
Be grateful.
Yes,
that's fair.
again,
That's fair.
Be grateful. Be grateful. No, I'm gonna speak for Jones.
That's fair.
I'm gonna speak
Your
for
Honor,
Jones.
that
I
is
would
fair.
like to speak for my client. Be grateful and shut the fuck up, nigga.
That's what he wants to say. That's what he really wants to say.
you know, yeah.
I know when we were going back and forth, and shout out our brother D Lee. He's coming with us on it too. I know there was a point where we were going back and forth where he was like, "These niggas don't shut the fuck up." But Jones is a nice guy, so he's not gonna say.
Jones said, if you want to live by the code, then by all means, shut the fuck up.
You merely adopted the nerd, bro. I was born in it.
Right.
You feel like you're in charge.
Right. He said, take your little funky ass $400 and get the fuck up.
I was like, look, we going to this, man.
The brick is the brick.
Because the thing is,
to
too,
a point where he was like, "I'm not giving y'all a choice. Y'all niggas is coming."
I was like, y'all are going, like, because as time goes on, and because
That's
Free is
leadership.
having another child, we're not gonna be able to go.
That's
like, there's
foresight.
gonna be,
Excellent
like,
foresight,
we're-
Jones.
You know,
Excellent
like
foresight.
this is the ability to do this at this level, at this age, where we still can walk around. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not have to run after the kids. Because I do think too that at some point the kids are gonna get to an age where you're gonna kids too, and they're free under a certain age.
Wait, are they free, or is there like another?
Actual free?
Do they gotta wear a costume
99.
too? All right, you're gonna dress up like Wolverine and his daughter, and then you can come into the thing.
No, kids be in them conventions, bro. They be in there.
I believe it. I'm just crazy because Jones said, man, you better sit your $400 ass down before I make change. Y'all coming to this motherfucker. That's leadership.
He big bro'd me, but in a way that I'm grateful for.
You
It's
better
not a
be.
big bro. Yeah.
You better be. Shit, it sounds like it. Shit, that's a friend. Man,
I was like, yeah,
look
you
here.
know what? You're right. We can make it work, and we'll make it work.
Suck that
Just
shit
know
up.
that.
Tuck that shit in, Jody Jones. You mean to tell me
Just
that these
know
Comic
we have
Con
an
tickets
episode-
is deeper than your wallets, nigga?
Just know if we have an episode 6 months from now, and my thumbs are broken. Just know I didn't hold up my end of the bargain.
Hey, Jones, his island roots came out. Wagwan, Batty boy. He pull up like,
Where's my money, man? Where's my money? Where's my money, man?
Pay me for no bumper clot tickets to Comic Con. Y'all Ross clot them. Listen here, big man. Big man thing, man. Give me a thumb. Which hand you roll with, man?
Yeah, we're excited because we both feel that if we get into the right room, that I think they may be showing an advanced screening of Fantastic Four.
Oh, so that's the mission.
Not an advanced screening. It's like opening weekend because Marvel's doing a thing now where they're dropping a movie the weekend of Comic-Con. Okay. And so Fantastic Four comes out that weekend, and we feel like they might be showing.
So not only are y'all sneaking into the event, then you got to sneak into the screening too. So you got to wear the Butler costume, or you got to dress up as Reed Richards. Which one is? And who's going as Johnny Storm? Is what we got to figure out before you guys get there.
We gonna figure it out.
Lo, if you see me in there with a Galactus costume on, you know it's a.
Nah, if I see you in there dressed like Sue Storm, then I'm gonna be like, dang man, anything. No,
if you see me head to toe painted in silver, you know what happened. Right. On a silver skateboard.
Right, going hyphy. That motherfucker.
I'm already bald. I got half of it done, so I just got to do the bike thing next.
Motherfucker come through this.
It's gonna be a very fun weekend and
intergalactic hyphy, nigga.
For real though.
Yeah, man. So we worked it out though. So we still gonna make it happen, y'all. We're gonna brainstorm some ideas to get content while we're out there too, so we can try and take this to the next level. Because I think it has to happen like that. It's obvious. It's a breeding ground in there for content that we want to show to you guys.
Well, shout out to John for getting it done.
Right.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Right. All right.
Yes, sir.
So speaking of that, because we were all talking about how we're busy as professionals, and these times that we have together are gonna, well, hopefully not, but you never know. They may become few and far between as our kids get older.
These episodes gonna get few and far in between too, man. Like, what episodes y'all on? We're still on episode 15.
Yeah. So hopefully not, but you never know. So I wanted to ask because I feel like, in an age where everyone feels like they have to monetize their hobbies and things like that, how do y'all make time for your hobbies? Do you feel like you've lessened hobbies, increased hobbies, or started new hobbies that you may not have thought you'd be doing? In this age of us having families, of increasing responsibilities at our jobs, maybe doing extra volunteer work or doing side projects that we're passionate about. How do we make times for the things that we like? Well, let me start with you.
Man, I was about to be like, I don't have no answer to this. And for you know this because we talked about this offline, but Jones, for you and for the listeners out there, right? So I've been in therapy for like every week for the past year, right? Like just working on shit. Appreciate that. So I was asked this question in therapy like a month or two ago. It was like, well, what are your hobbies?
This is topical then.
Yeah. So like he was like, well, what are your hobbies? And I was like. Podcasting. He's like, he stopped me off the rip. He's like, podcasting don't count because you monetized it. Like, you got LLCs for businesses and this and that. He's like, it's not a hobby no more. Which I'm like, dang, that changes a lot. And then he's like, well, what other hobbies do you have? So I sat there and with this long, like, stupid ass pause, like, trying to because if I'm being honest, the gun range, building out my AR-15, which has become like my latest like project and shit, like adding on some like real life Call of Duty shit, just adding little modifications and stuff to it and stuff. And then I've been rapping because I said I'm a nigga. So like on the side, like I just smoke weed and rap. And like I know it sounds crazy because it's like, oh shit, everybody want to rap, but like my shit is like therapeutic, like because like I'm telling like stories. I'm not trying to like sell records or you know what I'm saying, do any of that shit. Like I'm like literally just like getting some shit off of my chest so I can live life happy.
You're pouring your soul out. Pouring your soul out.
Basically. So
right. And to me, I don't think it's crap. I think those hobbies, and we joke about all that stuff. You being in Texas and having the guns, but it really is a hobby. And I've been to the gun range, and like I said, that shit is fun. Look, Jones, I don't know if you ever been to a gun range, but the shit is fun, and you actually learn a lot. You learn how you can't take holding a gun like the way rappers or movies may have you think it's just nothing. No, it's a not just something. It's a big something. That's a big responsibility you hold. So
I
would say that. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm with you because here's the thing. It's a difference when you go in there and you know what you're doing, right? And I go in there so much, I see the different stereotypes. So you have the Asian person, they probably a shop owner or something, like the Asian couple over there. Then you got the old white man with his grandkids or his kids or whatever. They in there shooting the shit, 8, 9 years old, letting that bitch fly like it's nothing. Oh, Dad, I hit it this time, Grandpa. Oh, you're doing great. Too bad your sister hit it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the girl over there just fry. You be like, damn, like we starting late. And then you go all the way down at the other end, and it's like 5 black dudes, you know what I'm saying, with one pistol, and they in there just like, oh man, oh. And you see a lot of interesting things, and half these niggas don't know how to hold the gun, they don't know what to do. I seen
hold it to the side like like a movie or something.
One time I went in there, it was a dude, he was on a date. Clearly he was on a date, and he was trying to like be cool and all that, and I can hear him not know what he was doing, and I'm just thinking to myself the whole time, like, I hope this motherfucker don't accidentally shoot nobody up in here, right? Because I done turned into the old man that come in, I got my bag, I got like preloaded magazines, I got a speed loader for each pistol, I got 2 separate pistols, I got my rifle bag with my other shit in, so I'm like, I got my own, I don't need to rent nothing but the targets, because I got my own earmuffs and shit, like, I'm professional John Wick in that bitch now, like, you know what I'm saying? Let me get 2 targets, please, range 2, thank you, all right.
Question, I know we're getting a little too far in the gun talk, but I wanted to ask, are there specialty headphones just for shooting, or can you like have like multi-purpose headphones?
You can do multi-purpose. I'm not about to be spending that much money because I want to be alert and know what the fuck is going on. You can have some that's got like Bluetooth and you can listen to music and talk on the phone, right? But I need to hear what the fuck is going on. I thought about those, but I was like, I just got some regular little $30 earmuffs because they just want you to have some safety over your ears. But I'm not paying the $250 for their version of like the Beats surround noise canceling digital connectivity of. I ain't got time for that, because how am I gonna know there's a Boomafoob number 4 over here is not about to, you know what I'm saying, accidentally shoot nobody or get mad up in there and be like, fuck everybody in there.
The irony, he's shooting up a gun.
Right. I wouldn't advise that in Texas though, because like motherfuckers do not be playing. I just got my handgun license too, because I said if I'm gonna fuck around, I might as well go all the way with this shit. So I sat in on handgun training and all of that shit. Like, and I tell you like this, what I can say about Texas, they basically giving these shits away, bro. Like, I'm just.
We know.
They just like they in that mug. Like they, as soon as you get in there, first thing, all right, everybody, let's go shooting first. Normally you take all the stuff and then go shoot. It's like, no, let's shoot first, then let's go answer all the questions. We're gonna give you the answers. We're going to say them out loud together as a group, and then we're going to pass everything, and then you can go about your business. Thanks for the donuts and coffee. Like,
Texas is going Texas, as y'all always say.
America.
America. As we said in the chat, I've heard some of the songs, and I'm saying that, and I'm not just saying it as your friend, but the releases get stronger as I hear them. So
I appreciate
you started on this end of the spectrum, and you're moving objectively towards, I think, the goal you're looking for.
And for the listeners out there, these niggas are my real friends, because Free on that second part, you kind of jumped out of the pocket. I don't really like that shit. I really like the other one better. And that's the type of feedback that I be looking for. Don't have me out this mug. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be like, oh, this ain't it, bro. This is not what we signed up for.
And Lo knows when I'm full of shit anyway, so he would be able to see through my answer anyway.
Don't send me no AI generated. Good job. Keep doing your thing, friend. Like.
And look, Free will do that about anything. Like, you make this dude a drink, and he's like, nah, this ain't it. It's not. It's a little too sweet. Not sweet enough. Yeah, no, it could use a little bit. Yeah, you're on the way though. You're on the way though.
Those are the friends you need, man. Those are the friends you need.
So Jones, let me pass it to you, because you a busy man, and juggling multiple responsibilities.
Yeah, and it's the thing is that I remember, like, for instance, if you go all the way back to the pandemic, and my typical thing was to go out. That would be the only like thing that I would have time for. Like, this is the only thing I can make time for. Like, this is my stress reliever. And then it was just like, nah, you at home, you can't go nowhere because there's nowhere to go. And so that really opened up my ability to carve out time for things that I've always enjoyed, like picking up things that, you know, I newly enjoy, and trying to make it all fit, and like really like, you know, utilizing my calendar and really trying to figure out like, okay, I know this is about to happen during this time. Like I know I got to make time for this. And you know, if I don't put it down, if it's not on the calendar, it's not. Yeah.
Can I stop you right there real quick, Jones? Because man, you preach to the choir right there. Because and Lo, I think you can speak to this too. With you being as busy as you are, Jones, and with me and Lo having kids, don't ask me to do something the day before.
Nah.
I need at least a week's notice.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yep.
2.
Yep.
Like, do not like, cause me, Jones, we're a part of a WhatsApp with our group of friends from college, and we have friends that are real regimented like we are. We have friends that are just kind of willy-nilly, fly-by-night people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I'm thinking about having a barbecue today. Y'all want to pull up? Nigga, no.
Right. We're not on that type of time no more.
I have a full day planned already, or I purposely don't have a full day planned, so I do not have to do shit.
Exactly.
It's either one or the other.
You know, back to
But
Jones'
God, my
point.
bad, but I didn't want to step on you. You continue. I
Yeah.
really.
No, you're 100% right.
Cause I'm with you on that part, Jones. Like when you got a lot, especially professional and trying to make personal. I used to be one of those. Even when we used to like record IR, I was very like regimented to the calendar and all of that. But I'm kind of in the middle now because like having kids, having a wife, having like you just gotta have some shit set, but then leave some wiggle room and some flow. You know what I'm saying? So that, but make time for the shit that's important to you. But everything else is just a flow to it, right? You have to almost build in, like, okay, I'm gonna work from, you know what I'm saying, 9 to 5, but then from 5 to 9, it's open, right? So if something, not random cookout, but like I have some buffer time in between something else, and then even if something comes in, I'm not gonna book it right at 5. I'll be like, all right, 8. You know what I'm saying? From 8 to 9, that one little hour, and still leave some wiggle room. Because I hate for somebody to have some shit just stacked to the brim and they be like, there's not enough time in the day. And it's like, well, you didn't have to like Jimmy Jam pack your schedule like that, my nigga. Like, give yourself some breathing room, because it's more energy being, you know what I'm saying, dispersed now to Freeze Point, like as adults and all of that shit, right? So,
And
yeah.
And Lo, from my last job, I've learned when you try and stack your availability, your schedule like that, where it's back to back to back to back, something always happens that makes it fall apart.
Yep.
It never fails.
Always. So I stopped doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped doing it.
Exactly. I had to learn that too, and you know, it even still sometimes happens a little bit. Like I will commit to a bunch of stuff and then not realize that I could potentially lose my social battery in the midst of that. And then I had to basically just bow out.
Bro.
Just like I you know, I was gonna be able to come and do this at this time, but now like I don't want to see nobody. Like I don't want to deal with anybody or do anything. Like I actually need that time to like sit maybe and just read, or sit and just stream some stuff, or maybe I need to sit down and write, like, or you know, or do, you know, a whole host of other things. So definitely that's so important too.
Jones, let me ask you, free too. Do y'all find yourselves now like more so not doing double headers, where it's like, all right, I'm going out Friday and Saturday, right? It's like I'm gonna go Friday, then into Jones' point, Saturday I'm about to just kick back, binge watch some shows, read some books, take a fucking nap, whatever, and charge back up. Like, how do y'all do that now?
Yeah, that changed for me actually a while ago, where it's like I can't do back to back anymore. And now it's rare that I'll go out on a Friday. Because for a while, Fridays, like, you knew I was working 410s, 440 schedule.
Yeah.
So Fridays were my day errands. I'm going to do my appointments. I'm going to go to the barbershop. That's what I'm going to do on Fridays.
Yeah.
Now my schedule's changing, so I'm going to be working on Friday. I'm working late on Fridays. So now it's just going to be go to work, come home, relax, chill.
Right.
So
Friday is
and
just
I do not
Thursday.
like going out on, say again?
Friday is just Thursday now.
Pretty much. It's Thursday part 2. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So now I'm off on Monday. So Sunday, there may be more opportunities to do stuff, but I'm probably just going to take it as an extra chill day.
Mm-hmm.
And say, if you want me to do something, it'll have to be on Saturday. And it's a 50-50 shot. You're going to get me.
Yeah. And to your point earlier, you got to let me know by Wednesday what the move is for the weekend, if you want me to consider it in the plans. Ain't none of that last minute, oh, we about to do this. Nah, I'm not going to be there.
and I gotta go all in. I gotta balance it out. Like, you know, I do maybe do a couple of the double or triple headers, but what I'll do is that, okay, I'm gonna go light on this day, I'm gonna go light on this day, and then I'm gonna put it all, I'm gonna put all my eggs in the basket on this
But
day.
you playing for it though. You playing for it.
He going Kobe Bryant, and in the fourth quarter, I'm getting all my shots out.
Yeah.
I'm
Empty the
taking
clip.
20 shots. I'm taking 20 shots in the fourth quarter.
No, Jones like me at the gun range. The first couple rounds, I'm just pop, trying to get it together. Then when you on your last little box of 50, it's like, man, just let them shits fly, man. Frop, send them down.
Let it rip.
Nigga looking like Sylvester Stallone and fucking Rambo. Ah!
I'm not ready to go home. It's 3 a.m.
That's
It's
what
3
it
a.m.
was this weekend. That's what it was this weekend. I did go out on Friday, very light for me. And then, okay, Saturday, you know, I left the house to be at the homie's house at like 4 or 5. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so early.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Before you finish, did you take a nap before you left?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
All right. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
4 or 5.
Absolutely.
So I'm still not at that age where I'm embracing naps yet. If a nap gets me, a nap will take me before I take a nap. That's still how
Okay.
I am.
So let me explain something to you. There's a science behind naps. Okay.
Break it down.
There's a science behind naps.
The doctor speaks.
If you close your eyes and your body shuts down for more than an hour, you are asleep. You are not taking a nap. You're asleep. You're getting REM sleep. You know what I'm saying? If you down for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, you are asleep, bro. Like, that's not a nap. A nap is technically, from the scientists, this ain't just me. This ain't me talking. A scientist said that the most optimal nap that you can take is 27 minutes. Okay.
I've heard that too, that you can, like, those short naps, they're still good to recharge your battery. I've heard that as well.
If I'm gonna take a nap, I'm gonna sleep.
against-
I'm gonna take a nap. Nigga, 27 minutes is not gonna do shit for me. That's not.
Now I have experimented, and I've timed it. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I used to I stopped doing it recently, but I used to like have one of those apps where like it calculates your sleep, your movements, and records you and all that jazz. And then like you can look over time of the weeks and months, you know, like what your sleep is looking like, and you know, calculating how, you know what I'm saying, you're taking care of yourself. But you know, between 27 minutes and 45 minutes, if I take a nap in that time frame, I can pop up, hop out, make it look sexy. Okay, like that's what I could do with 27 to 45 minutes of a nap. Like I'm ready for the world. So, you know, just giving you that.
I feel that. I may have to.
No, I
try
do
that.
too.
I may
And
have to try that.
I'm not saying I'm against naps, but I'll take a long one. Like, I just don't take naps unless I'm really tired and my body shuts down.
Yeah.
I'm just not a nap. I feel like I'm missing out on like living when I'm asleep during the day.
So here's the thing. When I try to take a nap, it's one of those, I'm scared because I don't want to like oversleep past something. Or if to Jones's point though, if I know I gotta do something, or like let's say we traveling or whatever, or like shit is just going on or whatever, and we know like we in here, we gotta be here at this time. If I have 20 minutes to sit to the side and just kind of sit there and close my eyes or whatever, I'm like if you're traveling with your kids and all that shit, like taking a family trip. If we waiting before the airport, like before we got to take off and all that, I know that I need to be rested by the time we touch down. So let me just, you know what I'm saying, get some shut eye, you know what I'm saying, just for a little bit, just to reprocess and everything. All right, boom, I'm up. Let's go. Right? But any other time, like, nah, like I don't just slow it down. Or if I do, like I'm crashing out for the rest of the night. Like, I'm just gonna take a nap real quick. It's 8 o'clock. What the fuck? Welcome to Tuesday. Like,
Yeah, that's the worst nap, where you go to sleep during the day and you wake up at night. You don't know what day or time it is. You don't know what happened to you.
hungry
Like,
as
that's
shit.
the worst.
You hungry? Need some water. Your mouth all dry. Like,
Mouth hella dry, got crust in your eye and shit. Like, god damn, what happened to me? All discombobulated.
got the eye boogers in
But-
my eye.
But shit, Jones, me and Lo talk a lot, and we talk now that like, man, we're not really making time to be caught up on all these shows that are on streaming, all these movies that are out, all this music stuff. Like, we get to it when we get to it. But Jones, I know you still be caught up on stuff. I don't know if it's purposely or you just have the time for it. What are your thoughts on that? Are you still trying to keep up with all the releases, trying to be in the zeitgeist so you can be able to commentate, or are you more take it as it comes and you get to it when you get to it?
No, I feel like I am trying to keep up because I do have I can make the time, and I don't like after work. Like I really don't be trying to do nothing. Like I'm not, I'm not on the phone with nobody. Like I'm not trying to be out seeing because literally, like like I'm traveling either on the train or other means of public transit to get home. So I'm really just kind of winding down. I'm reading things. I might look at the chat groups and hang out there and whatnot, and then sort of once I get home and after I eat, I'm lounging. Like I have the availability to, because I don't do any work at home. Like I don't believe in any of that. Like I don't feel like I have the type of emergent job where I need to work on anything at home. Like when I'm at home, I'm only doing what
John
I
say
want to do.
you ain't getting ahead on nothing by opening your laptop up at 7 o'clock at night.
Absolutely
It's
not.
not.
When I close,
No after hour emails.
when my work laptop
Just gonna catch
closes,
up on some emails.
my work laptop closes, I'm out until the next day. And I do have the ability too in the morning to sort of like jump on it early to like read my emails on the way in, and sort of check and prioritize. And then when I sit down at my desk, I'm at work. Mm-hmm. That's why I was that's why I was messaging the group chat. Was that today even? I was even saying that today. Like, I don't be on the chat group at work. Like I'm at work and I'm working. Like,
Locked
not
in.
to say that y'all not working, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not judging you on there because I don't know y'all job lives like that. But like, I'm in meetings, I'm talking to people, I have to fill out reports and do all kinds of other stuff. Like, I don't got no time to do any of that during the day.
When I'm at work, when I'm bullshitting. I'm bullshitting when I'm active on the chat, and when I disappear, that's when I'm working.
Same. If you notice, Free, I done disappeared a lot more because of what Jones said. I'm actually like trying to get promoted and do shit. So it's like at my job now, it's like I'll look at the chat and it's who's better, LeBron or Jordan again? It's like, bro, I don't give a fuck.
I can get to this later. Like,
no, I'm not gonna worry about this. This is the same shit we've been arguing about for like some shit.
Can we please talk about something different?
That's what I'm saying. So it's like I gotta unplug in another discovery that we found in therapy. It's not really a discovery, but like a return to center. Like, I have a disease. It's called getting money. Like that's like that was, I forgot to say that too. My main hobby is getting money. Like, that's what I love to do outside of work. Like, even though at work I'm getting money. So like, if it don't involve getting money, I'm not really concerned at this point. I don't care what the conversation is about if it doesn't equate to how much we gonna sell this for that. Like, it's not. I don't care. Like, period. I got two kids.
And I respect that.
I need the bread.
That.
Like, if there's a dollar sign,
that.
like, if we would have been talking and you was like, $400 for this, even though I'm not buying no ticket to Comic Con and it don't have nothing to do with me, the fact that I see the dollar amount or something, I would have been, what? Ding.
Money? money?
Now, what all and I'm not even going, but all right, Jones, what all does the package include now for this and this? And which interest do I have to get? Like, that's how, if you want to get my interest about anything, transaction. What's going on? How much for what? Where? Like, that's it.
And like, kind of, it's different, but it's on the same vein of like what I have come to learn now as a professional and as a person. I feel like work, and especially it's because I was reading this book that's called Work Won't Love You Back. And it kind of goes through the history of labor and just sort of trying to unhinge our minds from the idea that work is the sole thing, especially when you're working for someone else, right? That you giving your 100% and having 100% loyalty is not going to get you anything in the end, because when they can and would benefit from cutting you loose, they'll cut you loose. So the time that you spend outside of work is immensely valuable, and you should devote to the things that you love and that will give back to you. And so again, like, I feel like the pandemic was a part of me coming to this realization, plus that book. But I feel like I've been giving more to hobbies. I'm going to make time for the pod. I'm going to make time for me to read about something. I'm going to make time, making, demos that get me nowhere on these voice acting sites. But I'm going to try it out. I'm going to try some things out. I'm going to go learn something that's going to be valuable later. I'm going to try to not make time for it all. That I used to make time for when I was younger, but I don't anymore.
What up, though? It's your boy Low Gross, also known as Big Papa Skeetor, and I'm here to let you know you just stepped into the Inaudiverse. That's right. We got 4 shows every week that we keeping y'all entertained with, man. We got the Music Impulse with Smiles. We got Binge Flicks and Chill with E-Ray. We got Let Me Book the Territory with A-Dub, J-Mo, B-A, and E-Ray. Then we got the Skeeters podcast with me and Neezy. And then we got the main show, the Inaudible Ruckus, man. So y'all just know we got y'all surrounded, man. Every day of the week, you're going to have some drops from us, man. We got music that we're working on, man. We got other shows that's in development, man. So it's just exciting times here at the Inaudible Ruckus Network, man. So y'all make sure y'all check out these shows, man. IR presents the Inaudiverse. Nah, right there, Jones, is kind of where I'm at with it too, because similar to you, I read this book called Hustle and Float, and it was like a clinical, like, deep dive into breaking down productivity in America, and then also creativity in, like, the opposites, but then, like, how we can regain that balance and how we as humans are designed to do both. But corporate structure has stripped us of that flow or whatever. So it's like, to your point, when to everybody else, and I used to think like this, well, if you ain't getting to the bag, you ain't doing nothing. It's like, nah, it's productive to sit back. Like, if you play video games, you're really working through a problem, like problem solving and all that, and you're helping your mind learn how to unlock the dimensions and mechanisms to solve X problem, right? So you are allowing, again, when we talk about allowing room for the flow, you are allowing inspiration to come in. So when it is time for you to lock in and work, you have, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what you got to do and figure that part out and all of that shit. So definitely taking more onus over that. You touched on this about the pandemic, but I think it's key too. And kind of to what we were saying, Free, about we watch stuff on our own time, we look at it on our own time now. You can pick and curate and take control of what it is you want to learn and the pace at which you want to learn it now. It's not this mad dash to go online and report back to everybody and do all that. And I'm saying that as an influencer, quote unquote, and a podcaster, as somebody who, like, I do that shit, but I don't do it as much, right? I try to be real, like, dialed in as far as, like, when I post some shit or what I post and the type of shit that I'm working on or how I'm working on it, what stage of the project before I post and let people know. But I'll still, behind the scenes and offline, am doing this shit however I want to, whenever I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? That's the control. That's where the happiness and the joy and all of that comes from.
I think for me, that's brought me a lot of peace of mind too, realizing that I don't have to consume all this stuff at the same rate as other people. You know, there's other stuff I got going on in my life that's more important and that takes precedent, and I'll get to stuff when I get to it. And I feel like it's made me a lot happier because the conversations are still there to be had when I'm finished watching it. Mm-hmm. And then even though the people that finished it months before I have, the conversations don't change. I feel like I'm running into less spoilers because I'm not watching it right away or playing it right away or things like that. So that's the cool part too. And there's just stuff I'm always going to make time for. I'm always going to make time to play video games, even though I'm not playing every single day or every weekend like I used to when I was younger. Mm-hmm. It's still a good, like you said, it's still a good stress reliever. It's still good for your hand-eye coordination, things like that. Good serotonin release, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm still trying to watch certain shows, TV shows, movies just at a slower pace than other people, but I still get there.
And even though I am on it, like I've also relinquished my frustration with people that aren't on it. I do it partly because I make time for it, but also because, damn it, if I don't hit a spoiler, I really despise spoilers, especially for stuff that I would want to genuinely be surprised about, like,
Mm-hmm.
an ending or a twist, or like I want to genuinely be surprised, and I want to get back to a time where, that's why I don't watch trailers anymore. Like I may watch the first teaser, but like I will not keep up with the trailers of movies that are coming out, because I know that it's going to spoil too much of the movie. It is going to take away from my enjoyment when I actually get to watching it. But yeah, I don't have the hype beast in me anymore, for certain stuff. Like comic book movies still, they got me. But I'm always gonna want to see it on the first day, or first or second day, opening weekend. I'm gonna want to see opening weekend. But for other stuff, like I'll like, especially stuff, you tell me, something has 15 episodes. I'm gonna get to it when I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try, but I don't know, because like, some of them are only gonna have 6 episodes, and some stuff is gonna have 26, and you jump on a bandwagon late, and you're like, oh yeah, this show has 5 seasons out already. I'm like, I just we talked about it. I just finished The Wire.
Yeah.
And that was a very long time ago, but I'm proud that I finished it, because it is an epic show.
Yeah, Jones. And then the 8-episode seasons, it'd be like 2 years in between seasons.
Yeah.
I'm like, how long does it take to make 8 episodes? Like,
Well,
I'm saying,
my thing when it comes to those types of things too, bro, like I don't. Let me see. Like if it's a like a lot of like episodes and seasons, I get to that shit when I get to that shit, bro. I'm not about to try to hurry up and run through that. And I'm also the person that if a show is over, I gotta run. I don't try to run and find another show. Like I take that as a sign to go read a fucking book or something. You know what I'm saying? I need a new show to watch now. Let me go back and watch the Jamie Foxx show from the beginning until the end. It's like, nah, I don't have time for
read a
that
book,
shit.
son.
Like
Right.
read a fucking book, dog. Like
and as far as the reading, I'm trying to improve that more. I use one day a week. I try to read for at least an hour, whether that's a book or graphic novel or a comic book.
Yeah.
Just trying to read for like an hour. And then I've been listening to less podcasts and more audiobooks.
same.
And that's been
On
very
that
helpful
for,
too.
for the past 2 years, and I know that sounds crazy, me as a podcaster, but it's like you said, it's the same echo chamber over and over now. Like, and here's the thing: when we jumped off into podcasting, right? And I like our niche that we have here with Blerds, like, cause y'all have done a wonderful job of like, so this is the lane, right? Defining it before we even started this, right? But like, for me, podcasting has such a negative connotation now. Like before, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, you're a podcaster. But now you tell somebody you're a podcaster, immediately it's just like, you over here bashing women, and it's like,
yeah, there's a stereotype for podcasting.
and I want to
for
run
sure.
as far away from that shit as possible. So what I figure is, to your point, when we choose to consume shit and we come to these microphones, we will share the shit that we've learned and consumed and be able to hash that out, and not necessarily the shit that everybody else is doing, right? Because everybody else is just listening to everybody else and then repeating what they think about what everybody else is saying. And that's not progressive conversation. Like, that's not what I got into this shit for. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not like what we talk about offline. That's not what we own. So I'm like, what the fuck what are we working on to be better and shit? And then we'll come to the mic and share that shit, because that's what people are coming to us for. You know what I'm saying?
Right. There's still a few pods that I'll listen to here and there because I still think they have original thoughts. But other than that, yeah, it's like you said, it's just a big echo chamber now.
Yeah. I keep up with like the shifts and stuff as it changes and all that, but I'm with you. I'm ready for like new voices and hear people come in that's like actually like lifting the platform and not just kind of spinning it in the mud like how it has been, man. Like I'm over that shit.
Right. And then shit, man, I think we can kind of tie this into what I was going to ask y'all next. So with the time that you do have, when you do decide to indulge in some stuff, what are y'all watching right now? What are y'all reading? What are you listening to? Jones, let's start with you, man. What's catching your eye? What's catching your attention right now?
Oh man. Or like I just started this show on there called Your Friends and Neighbors, and it has John Hamm.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I've seen
yes.
that trailer. I've seen the trailer for it.
Man,
Yes, I'm watching that too.
That
Yeah.
show is crazy.
Yes.
It is crazy. It is sort of like, it's about this guy who loses his job he loses his wife, he loses all these things, and he's trying to kind of build himself back up, and then gets caught in a whole bunch of other, dastardly things. And I just feel like it is so entertaining. But it's like these rich people in this rich neighborhood, and for whatever reason, just seeing that fall from grace is great.
Right.
But they also had this episode where the last new episode where they went out. Man, it's just getting me excited.
On some college shit where they were just like letting some steam off. So Joe, I do want to ask you, because I watched the show too. Why do these corporate types think that like all I gotta do is put on a dad hat and an inconspicuous hoodie and all of a sudden thug life? Like nobody can recognize that it's me. That's their version of like masking up. Like, let me just put this dad hat on and this little hoodie, and I'm about to just do everything under the sun with this shit on, and nobody's gonna recognize me. And it's like, sir, we can see you. Like,
it's hilarious.
What I want to talk about.
I can see you. We can see you.
Right. But Jones, to your point, and not to spoil nothing, but like what we were saying earlier, when the monologue, when it first opened, where the guy was kind of level setting and letting you know, you get the car, you get the clothes, you get this, you get the wife, you get the house, you get this, now you're empty. And then you're just running through it, and then you're just doing this. He basically described, Free, what you said, everything about capitalism and like that niggas hate about it. It's like you just do all of this, you get to a point, you have all the things, and it's like, what the fuck else am I gonna do? And then not only that, are you like numb and bored and questioning it, then you lose it all. So that's what makes the show so compelling.
Because he has defined himself by all of those things. Yeah. That without those things, who are you really?
Yeah.
And I love that question, and I'm very much entertained by the show. And the studio is another.
Yes, just finished it myself.
Show like that show is a really great show. It is especially kind of timely for a couple of our homies, because we internal group within our group of people that go to see movies, and basically. Oh
yeah, I've heard of that group.
Cinephiles, and
they host movie nights. Yeah,
and I have been inducted into this club, and like I've loved movies since I was a little kid. We've talked about this, in terms of horror films and all kinds of other types of films. Like, that was a staple in my house. So like I just feel like, I'm learning things about friends that I've had for years about their love for movies, and we're actually like dissecting and talking about movies in a deeper way in the studio. And then it coincides with me. I found this book at a random book shop that's like a block away from me, and like I'm reading about the language of creating movies. So like there are just episodes in that show like that are like converging with a lot of interesting things in my life right now. I'm like, damn, this is a good show.
Yeah,
it's filmed beautifully. The one shot, the tracking shots in each episode are amazing. Yeah, that was one of the highlights of the season. Yeah,
the episode when they're doing a scene in the film that's a long take, and it is itself a long take.
Yeah,
and like
yes. And the last two episodes, even though I feel like they didn't land the plane as best as they could in the finale. I think that it wasn't as funny. I know it's technically a 2-part finale, so I would say the first part was funnier than the second part. Yeah. But it's still, and that got me excited and worried for Vegas too. I'm like, I don't want to go as hard as they went. But they did a little too much.
I left my girl at home.
We're all just meat sacks.
Well, I particularly like so a couple of the guys at work that like they watch it too, and they was like, again, me catching it late. They was like, "Lo, you need to see the latest episode." Well, I think it was like episode 7 or whatever, the Ice Cube one, right? And I was like,
the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. But they told me about it. I go and I watch it, and then they was like, "What you think?" And I'm like, "Bro, I've sat in those types of meetings at work. I work for agencies. I've worked for brand shit. Like, I've sat in those meetings where they try to like get the demographic down to a certain, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's reflective of this and that. And well, are you offended?
We can't do this because that's gonna piss off these people. And if we try,
they made something not
this and.
Yeah.
They made something not racist.
But that's what I'm saying. But not having real authentic. I know black people are not a monolith, as we can see during that episode. Because let's go ask a POC or ask a person of color. You can't just ask a person of color You gotta ask, you know what I'm saying? Like a black person. And then even watching the writers, that one when they were like started to change, the writers like, well, this is not a black movie. We can only write for one black character. We can't write a whole black movie. That's disingenuous to, you know what I'm saying? Like the experience that is like black people at a function. Like it's just not gonna work. I like that type of detail and care in the show, that these are the conversations. When we sit back, two things. When we sit back and be like, why they got, what the fuck is another Transformers thing? Or why they doing G.I. Joe? Or what's with this IP that they keep like doing this shit for, right? And then also, this was a bad cast. Why did they put this casting person in? So having insight at those two decisions that we always theorize, like, okay, why are they doing this? And then understand, okay, no, we know why they doing this.
It's because the people in that room didn't have it.
Yeah. Yep.
They weren't the ones to make those that should have made those decisions, you know?
All in all, excellent show. I think it's Seth Rogen at his most. He's usually someone that's you root for in the movies. That show, you're like, man, he's kind of a terrible person.
Yo, on every episode, I'm like, bro, shut up. Like, hey, back off. Like, don't, shut up. Don't do it. Like,
I think he starts to become redeemable in like the last 2 episodes, even though he accidentally drugged a bunch of people. But
so I wasn't mad at
movie buffet.
I wasn't mad at him as much because just like how Jones opened it, right? Being a cinephile, right? Like that is his thing, right? So imagine if you were allowed to like curate a comic book store, or you were the director of Comic-Con or some shit, or you ran a movie, or you know what I'm saying? I became the head VP of promotions at podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Your passion is, and now you basically get to do your passion at like the highest level.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You got all this power, all this passion of what you've always dreamed of doing since you were a kid, and now it's at you're excited, but then now, to Free's point, sometimes you get the capitalist aspect of it, or the bureaucracy of it all, and then now you have to try to balance that. So the first couple episodes, it was him balancing that, and then not only that, you finally kind of get a little handle on things, and then you met with the uncertainty that now all y'all jobs is about to be lost to Amazon. You feel me? So
the higher you go, the farther removed you are from the actual art that you fell in love with.
And so that's why I feel him. And yes, his character is irritating at times, but I tried to zoom out because, you know what I'm saying? Understanding like this is his passion, and these are all like the levers that he has to turn given the dynamics. Now, should he have manned up and did some shit like a lot sooner? For sure. But that's he is a whole bitch. Yeah, a bitch and a half.
He's passionate, but he's a bitch at the same time. And
whole business.
Those things don't match. They don't mesh. You can't be passionate and be a bitch.
No, not at all. Not at all. Mm-hmm. Business supreme for sure. Like
this is being something like people's boss in a nutshell. Like you have to balance some of your excitement with also like being the adult in the room and making the decisions that need to be made when they need to be made. And you gotta like temper some of those energies, and you gotta just tell people to shut up and sit down.
Being the boss means you're not always gonna be liked, and that's okay. You're not supposed to be. That's not your role, is to be liked.
Right.
No, I understand what Jones was saying. Jones was saying, like, if I tell your ass to get these Comic-Con tickets, you shut the fuck up. Get these fucking tickets. You understand? So, your ass better be there with bells on. 8:30.
One last show I'll mention that I just finished. Exactly. But one last show that I'll mention that I just finished recently. That I really loved. Like I could go on for days talking about all the stuff that I've watched recently, because as you know, I'm the one that's keeping up. But the other show that I'll mention is Andor.
I can't wait to get on it. I'm kind of backed up on Star Wars shows, but I heard it's incredible.
It's a masterpiece, and I actually need to, like, after I finished it, I was like, oh. But I need to watch it one more time, and then watch Rogue One right after that, and then watch A New Hope right after that. To kind of like day out of it.
Andor is just a good show. It's not a good Star Wars show. It's just a good show.
Yeah, you don't have to be.
Yeah, you don't have to be well versed on Star Wars lore. It helps, But
Yeah.
you could watch it completely blind and
still
still
be
really
into
be
it.
like it's really good. Yeah.
Gotcha. Is this season
For sure,
2
for
or
sure.
3?
Okay, Jones. So, I wanted to ask you before I
Oh,
two.
two.
It's only
Two.
2 seasons. So after
It's
this, done after
it's
this.
actually
There's no more
over.
seasons,
Like
yeah.
it's
Okay.
two.
Yeah.
It's 2 seasons, and then it rolls right into the film Rogue One.
Gotcha.
Which is also a great Star Wars movie that you could be a non-Star Wars fan and like.
Gotcha.
So, Lo, I want to get to what you're into, but I wanted to ask you, since we talked about Apple TV Plus, did you finish Dope Thief?
Yes.
What did you think? Because I think it kind of got a little shaky in the middle, and then it kind of finished strong.
It was
What-
cool.
what
It remember when it first dropped, we was excited, right?
Yes.
I think about 3 or 4 episodes in, I was like, this is not the show that I
Yes.
thought it was. And then it just proceeded to just
I
kind
felt
of
the same way,
unravel there.
100%.
It landed the plane, but at that point, I think halfway through, I was just watching it just to see how the fuck they was gonna get out of the jam at that point. Like,
Yeah, me too. Because I'm like, bro, this dude is not that clever. He should have been dead like episodes ago.
yes.
These are 2 crackheads. They're on crack.
Yes. That's what I thought. I'm like, oh, I thought that it was training day, like they was about to be actual, like, spoiler alert. I thought that they was gonna be real DEA agents. Then to come find out they weren't. Okay, cool. But then come to find out they wasn't even real, like, robbers for real. They was just crackheads.
Yeah, they had an idea that was a really stupid idea when you think about it. And they only survived because they got lucky. Like every single episode, they got lucky.
Every single episode. One phone call, another phone call. Out of nowhere, this nigga know Morse code and is
Right.
like, it was just.
The police pull up at just the right time.
The police know
Now,
that
what
his
I will
dad was
say-
hiding the wire by playing the music loud, and they still let him walk around. It was stupid.
I will say, how did was it the CIA or the DEA that was involved? It was the DEA, right?
Yeah, DEA.
How the fuck did those DEA agents not know that white nigga was the nigga that was doing this shit? They couldn't hear his voice and be like, that sounds like the nigga on the walkie-talkie.
Because they looked up.
Sorry, Jones, we get into it's kind of spoilers, but you don't know who's who, so you're over.
I'm glad that I don't know enough to even know what you're talking about. I don't even know. I can't even put faces to nothing.
To answer the question, man, it's a white face, and so when that happens, you just look the other way. It ain't no niggas. All right.
I guess, yeah. And then the lawyer has the worst taste in men. I'm like, you really about to fuck this nigga? He's a crackhead. And he's your client, and he's a crackhead.
He ain't got no money. And
Right, what are you doing?
It was that wounded bird complex. The writers always, like, in real life, this would never happen. But they always just go for he's in need, sympathy sex. Throw it on him.
Yeah.
Like, that's in real life.
I'm damaged
get away
too.
from me,
I was a
brokey.
Quaker. I was a Quaker. A man didn't touch me till I was 25 years old.
Now I just want it all the time. And you smell like feet, butt, and breath, but give it to me.
Right. And the fucking white girl just wouldn't let shit go. Like, let that shit go. You can't even talk no more. You got a shot in the throat. Let it go.
She came out to smell something like Kane Undertaker.
Right.
You burned me alive. Shut up, bitch.
Yeah, you sat on your partner's dick a couple times, so now you miss the problem in the show is
He was a crackhead too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The biggest problem with the show was 3 of the characters were on crack, and he fucked it up for literally everybody else.
Basically, I knew
Don't
that
get me
this
started on the Asian nigga that was trying to be all wise and shit. Turned out this nigga was a snitch.
Yo, I now have the incentive necessary to start this show,
bro.
It was like down on my list
of emotions, and not because it's a great show. It's just because
it starts off like you like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm here for this, yeah, and then out of nowhere you like, wait, what now? Huh?
Yeah, it's kind of like a what the fuck watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Lo, besides that in the studio, what have you been on lately, or what have you been able to make time for when you can?
So those main ones, and then I wanted to add government cheese.
So how is that? Look a little goofy to me. So but how is it?
It is.
Okay.
It's slow, goofy, and it's a lot of tropes in there that like we've seen, but they beating around the bush, and the season is carrying on, and it's a bunch of shit that you don't care about. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. I'm giving it a chance because that's the shit that I'm on now. I'm like, all right, let's just get, where does this go now? You know what I'm saying? And it's just a slow, like, it's not bad, but it's like, okay, I need for some shit to happen for me to give a fuck about this going forward.
Right.
So But yeah, it's all in all, it's cool. A lot of this too, like I said, you watch it with your wife and you just like, all right, you done with this one? All right, let's go over here. I prefer Neighbors and Friends first in the rotation, then we would get the studio, then maybe we would kick the can on Government Cheese. Of course, you know, I'm a nigga, so Power anything like I'm watching, because Raising Kanan is dare I say it, I can say it on this show. You add about like 15 more cousins and like 3 more uncles, and I live that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a scaled down version of, and I actually listen to my mama. That's the only other difference. Like, but everything else is like, and you're like, this is nostalgia to me. It's like, yeah, I remember that jacket. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can smell the cocaine residue and gunpowder in the air. 1992.
Let me ask you this before we move on. Are you excited for the next season of BMF?
Yes. No. Let me answer it truthfully. No, I'm not. This is why. I didn't like all the clown shit that was going on when Big Meech got out of jail. I don't understand.
Right.
Unless it's just trolling just to like get the ratings to go up, but the ratings was already up because the city is up, like as far as Detroit is concerned. So I didn't understand that.
This is what, the 4th, 5th season? So it's a popular show.
But they said that before Big Meech even got out, Southwest T was already acting funny towards 50 Cent. Like the whole like Flannery family was acting funny towards 50 Cent and all of that shit. So I don't know. I'm not in that. Again, this is part of me just taking a step back from celebrity mumbo jumbo because I'm not privy to conversations. But also because growing up in Detroit, I know how this story ends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we see how this story is. So I'm not like whatever they doing with the vampire chick setting shit on fire and all the extra little bullshit that they be throwing in there. I'm like, she would have been in real life, in real Detroit. This is why I know this is Hollywood. In real Detroit, they would have went over there and spun her top like episode 2, like just because.
And now I see they're bringing Lamar back, so I'm like, okay, it's going to be some tomfoolery in this season.
See,
it's going to be some shenanigans.
When the last season ended with them like barefoot walking through the desert, I was done. Y'all just doing shit now. You know what I'm saying?
So I kind of look at it how you look at Dope Thief. When the first season, I'm like, okay, this looks like it's kind of historically accurate, but of course embellished to make it entertaining. But I'm fucking with it. Then the next season, I'm like, okay, this is just getting goofier and goofier, but I'm watching it for the mess. Like, it's entertaining mess. That's how I look at it now.
What I don't like, and I'll throw the Shy in here too. What I don't like about black TV shows, right? I love black TV and I love blacks, like seeing us on screen and all of that. I like the quality of how these shows are shot, but when it comes to the street shit, I don't like the just random meetup, random violence, random meetup, like it needs. There's too many characters. We need to have more character development. You can have this hood shit, but you need to have more character development and more like story, other than just like plot accelerators, which is just like a shootout, random meetup. Now I gotta go have another meetup, then another meetup, intense conversation, shootout. Like, we need more in between there, like at this stage in the game, if we're gonna keep telling those stories. You're on mute. You're on mute.
I'm gonna be watching. My bad. I'm gonna be watching. Rookie mistake. I'm gonna be watching, sadly, but it's more so, like I say, more so for the mess than for because it's a quality show. Now, shit, for me, man, like I said, I've been getting into audiobooks. I've been listening to right now Three Ring Circus by Jeff Pearlman. It's about the Shaq Kobe days of the Lakers.
Okay.
Very, very interesting. Dives into the background of how the Lakers were before Shaq and Kobe and Phil came. You know, the Nick Van Exel, Cedric Sabalas, those
Eddie
Lakers,
Jones.
and how much of a mess they were, and then how Kobe was really an asshole from day one, even when he didn't have nothing proving that he was a great player. How Shaq was always kind of childish, but all had kind of like a good heart, but still really childish at the same time. And how they had to learn to win. So it's by the same dude who wrote Showtime that the TV show was based on. That still got canceled too soon. I'll maintain that.
I ain't like that.
I still maintain that. Watching, I've just been finishing up on older shows that I needed to finish up on. I finished Fight Night, which was a pretty decent show. I think it maybe had been too many episodes.
Yeah.
You know, that it was 8. I think it would have probably been better with 6 episodes.
You're talking about that one with Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Hart and all that?
Yeah, and Kevin Hart and Terrence Howard. Yeah.
I put that with Dope Thief, where it's like it started off one way and it was cool, then it just started getting all squirrely and crazy, and it was like, bro,
it's a little too long. Mm-hmm.
I did want
Yeah,
to
it got a
add.
little too long. The night, I don't know if you watched Jones, but I was just saying, Jones, I don't know if you saw, but they added I mean, the new season of Rick and Morty started last night. So
Yeah.
they're just, the jokes aren't really hitting. It's not as funny to me as it. Well, I even felt that about last season. It's not as funny as to me, and it could be because that the guy that was accused of some serious shit left, and they're missing that brain power. But I don't know, it's not hitting like it used to be.
The thing is, he hasn't really contributed to the show for like a long time, actually, like many seasons. Like he would just come in and record his voice, and that would be it.
Okay.
He doesn't know that there were people that had thoughts and feelings about the voices. I got over that like after the first episode.
I couldn't tell the
last
difference
season.
with the voices. I could tell the difference, honestly.
But I haven't seen the first episode yet. But I know too that like it's just, you know, how long can you keep it going?
Right.
You know, how can you keep the same types of jokes in the same kind of in orderly world together and still keep it fresh? You know, like, you know, stuff like The Simpsons and Family Guy are still on. I haven't watched in literally years.
Yeah. Same.
But
Same.
you know, like, so I don't even know how they're, you know, if we're just keeping the lights on just because we're trying to break records. But you know, I feel like if they can't keep it going, but I still think they're gonna stay on. You know.
Yeah, I'm not saying
It's
it was
not the
bad.
same.
I'm just saying there's legitimately Rick and Morty episodes that I was crying like the entire episode, and now it's just like chuckle here and
Sprinkled
there.
in,
I mean, it's
yeah.
early. It's only the first season. I know they usually rev things up as the season goes on. So, because you don't want to be
too.
too loud with criticism, because there's always that segment of that fandom that's like, well, you're just not smart enough to get the jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so
it's definitely not that.
yeah.
I'm sure it's definitely not that.
And then right now, I'm playing The Last of Us 2, trying to finish it up before I start this new season. I've heard mixed things about the season, because they're really stretching it thin, because the first game was the first season, but they're stretching the second game into like 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah.
So that leads for a lot of filler and a lot of twisting stuff around. I don't know. Did Neezy like it? Because I've heard mixed things about the
her and her
season.
sisters, they've been talking about that. Like, this is like going down everything that's accurate to the game versus not. And it's like, well, why did they do that? But it makes sense because you said it, like they are just trying to stretch it out for seasons.
Yeah.
I think also what they're doing is they are, because I stay and watch the little like making of stuff like after the episode is over. It seems to me that the people that created the game, they're very involved in the show, and they are making decisions that like we couldn't do this, or we just didn't think to do this with the video game, or like it didn't make sense to do this with the video game. But now that we have this different medium, like let's go in this direction, or let's try this out. It's not sort of like they're what I hear is that they're very accurate to the game for the most part, but they are making these small tweaks in certain ways to expand parts of the story, or to like, hey, we never explored this character and, you know, their thoughts or their perspective about this, so like we're gonna actually dig into this. Or and some of it is really small, as I've seen the comparisons from video game to the TV show. It is the fact, you know, I'm not judging nobody, and I've been away from video games for a long time, and I wasn't even back when I was playing video games, like I wasn't really on, you know, Resident Evil and stuff in those types of games where like, you know, you're getting, you know, jump scares and all kinds of other stuff, weird stuff is happening. But this story is crazy,
Bro,
it is hard. It is very hard to watch some of these freaking scenes and some of the decisions that these mofos is making. Like,
bro, the first game is one of the
it's a hard show to watch.
The first game is one of the bleakest experiences I've ever had playing a video game. The ending still sticks with me to like you're it's kind of like the characters. You're first to carry on even when you don't want to. So because of, you know, the world it puts you in. So man, yeah, I'm looking forward. The game is the second game kind of jacks things up to another level than the first game did. You know, of course, there's the controversy around it being I mean, if you haven't watched the show or played it, I'm trying to say this without as much spoiler. I'll just say it like this. The second game is more Ellie focused than Joel. And for those who've watched this season, you know why. For those who've played the game, know why.
Yeah.
If you haven't, then, I'm not going to say anything more. So there's a controversy with that. There's always these weirdos who think that the Ellie on the show isn't attractive enough to play Ellie, which is weird because she's supposed to be a child. So why are you judging the child on attractiveness? That's very strange.
There's some weirdos out here.
Yeah.
Man.
There's the fact that as she gets older, she's an out lesbian, and there's always the people like, I don't want gayness in my stuff.
Is Lena Waithe writing this? What's going on?
Right. Well, then don't play the game because that's how she's depicted in the game too. So it's not a Hollywood thing. It's how the creators intended it. So there's all this controversy regarding that, but I'm still looking forward to it. Hopefully I can finish the game soon. Wishful thinking, it's probably gonna take me months to finish it. So the next season will probably be out by the time I'm done with this game, but more for me to binge. And with that being said, Lo, tell the folks where they can find you at.
Yeah, you can find me at Skeet Gross. You can also follow the main page, Inaudible Ruckus _podcast. Also follow the 12 a.m. _wolf.
All right, Jones, where can the people find you at?
First and foremost, you can find me on Twitter. I'm not calling it X because that's dumb. But on Twitter, it is Dr. Doomsday06. And on good old Tickety Talks, you can find me at Dr. Jones Knows. And as I typically say, stay away from my Instagram.
And you can find me on X or Twitter, as the more enlightened folks say, at despicable_free, on Instagram at freeluminati, and please buy a t-shirt on inaudibleruckus.com/shop. Not just a Blerds t-shirt, but there's 12 a.m. Wolf shirts, there's Inaudible Ruckus shirts, buy all that shit. Buy one of each.
Ching,
buy one of each.
Ching, ching.
Yes.
Ching.
Yes.
Ching. Brrr, ding.
And with that, we gone. Shout out to DJ Drama.
You.